Okay, so it's taken a look at all the parts, this awesome live version of I'm on Fire from the 1975-85 box set. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video we'll be playing through the whole song alongside a homemade backing track, and you'll see Tab scroll across the screen. Okay, so this awesome extended intro starts off in B minor, then transposes up to C sharp minor for that famous riff we all know. And it starts off quite slowly, about 79 BPM, and then speeds up when the main riff kicks in, about 163 BPM. So let's take a look at the chords first. So I'm pretty sure it's Neil's playing on this. You can just tell by the playing. He uses a thumb pick, but what I'm going to do is play finger picking for the intro, because I don't have a thumb pick, and then use a pick for that when we do the main parts. Okay, so the chords first. This really nice extended intro. B sus2. Also worth noting, I've got some slapback delay for the main section, and also a bit of chorus as well. I always use line 6 helix. If anybody wants any patches, let me know. So B sus2, beautiful chord. So you bar the second fret with your index finger, and then use your third finger, 4th fret D, and pinky 4th fret G. It's a B sus2. Now obviously in the main riff we have a B major chord, so use your ring finger to bar the 4th fret D, G and B strings. Now we've got two types of A. We've got this type of A, first finger 2nd fret D, middle finger 2nd fret G, third finger 2nd fret B. So it's a standard A major which we'll need in that finger picking intro, and then also you can use the kind of the Bruce middle 4 strings, where you use your first finger to bar the D, G and B strings. So those middle 4 strings there. Also got a classic D chord, first finger 2nd fret G, third finger 3rd fret B, middle finger 2nd fret high E. So strumming from the D string there. And also definitely in the intro you can hear a lot of D sus2, where you're just taking your middle finger off. Beautiful sounding chord there. And then we've also got a C sharp minor, you can hear really clearly, obviously on the album as well. The song structure is slightly different from the album version, especially in the after that extended intro. There's a few chords that are different as well, which is great. So C sharp minor, bar from the 4th fret, and then use your third finger, 6th fret D, pinky 6th fret G, middle finger 5th fret B. So C sharp minor. Now this chord, so in the album version you can clearly hear that Bruce, if he's actually playing on the record, is playing this version of E5. Which he does live all the time, a kind of a partial bar there, and you can see him doing it. He just loves that chord, really thick sounding chord. So that's using the album version, which I have done another video on, but Neil's is clearly doing this, which is a funny shaped chord, but it's basically an E chord, but it allows him to just switch easy, look, from that C sharp minor to this E chord. Okay, so open E string, the ring finger 6th fret D, first finger 4th fret G, middle finger 5th fret B. We're not playing the E A string anyway, so that's all good. So it's a really nice chord there. Okay, so that's all the chords, about 8 chords, but some of them quite similar. What I'm also going to do now is put the song structure up on the screen. Hopefully that will allow you to break down all the individual sections, and you can copy and paste. It's in that description drop down menu down below. Allow you to learn it off by heart, which is great. Okay, so let's take a look at that awesome extended intro. So you start off with the B sus2. So finger picking, this is how I do it. There's loads of different finger picking styles. So for the B sus2, I'm using my thumb for the A and the D strings, and then assigning my first finger to the G, middle finger to the B, and then ring finger to the high E string. So you start off with the A string, then the D string, then the high E, 1 and then the A string, then B, D and G. This 2-beat pattern is repeated 3 times, so it's 1 and 2 E and okay, 3 and 4 E and then start the next bar, 1 and 2 E and then the A and the E strings together. I'm actually using my index finger there just for this time only, and then A major, but all actually you really need is this. It's kind of that part of the A chord, but you can actually just play it like that. So open A and E, and then the first finger or your thumb on the 2nd fret D, and then D sus2, thumb and middle finger to start with. So again, I'm going thumb first, second and third. And I just like to do it like this way. So here you're going to go 1 and. So D and B and then the G string. Again, Niels will be using his thumb pick and finger pick, but I've never used a thumb pick, so I'm just kind of doing my own fingerstyle version. So D and the B string together, then the G string, then the D, high E, then the B, then the D string, and then you're using the same riff but without the D string in beat 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 E and then the same thing without the D string at the start. 1 and 2 E and then you're going to do the same thing now, but 1 and 2 E and okay. So you can chop and change between the D strings and then the G strings there. So those 1.5 bars there, bars 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and then you put your middle finger down to create the D chord. 1 and so it starts off with the D, the D and the E strings together. 1 and then 2 E and D, B, G. 1 and 2 E and, 3 and 4 E and. Okay, so now we're on bar 5. Now you're going to start off with the A string, then the D string, high E, then the A string, then B, G, B, G, B. Sounds beautiful. Again, especially with that thick chorus and a bit of slapback delay as well. 1 and 2 E and 3 E, and then the D string, high E string, then the A, then B, G, B. Because there's a lot going on here. If you obviously do get the files on the online store, either if you're a subscribe star or just online download, you'll be able to get it and just slow it right down because there's a lot going on here. Obviously with Guitar Pro, you can slow it right down and play along with it. Okay, so then you've got that split bar with the A, which is exactly the same as we've had before. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and then a D sus2. Start off with the D and the B strings, 1 and 2 E and pattern we've had before, and then high E string but with the D, with your middle finger down, then the thumb, then the B, then the thumb, and then the G string. And then you've got the kind of same pattern again for the first 2 beats, 1 and 2 E and then the B string, then the D, then the G, and then the D, G, B. So this last bar here, 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and. Okay, cool. Now we'll go back to our really nice pattern. A, D, E, A, B, D, G, 1 and 2 E and then A, G, D, E, thumb, B, D, G. So 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Okay, so quite full on, but sounds brilliant. And the first 2 beats again, the previous bar. And you've got this, basically that split bar. It's pretty much the same all the way through. And then the D and the B, high E string, B string, D, then the B, then the G, then the D, and there's a tie, and then E, B, D. This bar, 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and okay, and then B, G, D, E, B, D, and then high E, then D, B, D, G. So that last bar, 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and cool. And this bar, which you've had a few bars prior to this, the same bar. We've had that bar before. Okay, and then we've got a split bar. Okay, and then we've got a slightly different D sus2 bar, penultimate bar here of the intro. 1 and 2 E, 1 and 2 E and. So D sus2, thumb and middle finger, then the G, high E, D, B, then I'm using my thumb and first finger to do a double hit on the G string. I think that's what's happening. 1 and 2 E and then this next 2 beats you're going to repeat 3 times to finish off the riff. So 3 and 4 E and D, G, E, D, B, G. Okay, again, quite full on there, but it sounds brilliant. So I'm going to pick my pick up. Now I didn't have time in the walkthrough, because I just think Niels have probably been doing hybrid with his thumb pick and fingers, but then when this main riff kicks in, he's probably using the pick, so you can get that more of an attack. See how different that sounds? It just sounds amazing. Again, a bit of slapback delay on there, and slightly dampened as well to really get that kind of, you don't want this. So that still sounds good, but slightly dampened, palm muted, it's going to sound great. So this is now into intro part 2. So intro part 2, and the break exactly the same in terms of you've got this 4 bars of C sharp minor, 4 bars of E repeated twice. In the outro, you do this 8-bar pattern 7 times and then end on a C sharp minor. So let's go for this then. So you've got the main rhythm, you've got this 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. 1, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is how I pick it. Down, up, down, up, up, down, up, like that. Down, up, down, up. Time wise, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and this is the C sharp minor, A, D, G, B, G, D, G. Okay, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, beautiful sound, and then you've got the E major. Okay. It just sounds amazing. And you just repeat that for how many times you are on that section. Cool, so now we're going to go over the verses. First and second verse is exactly the same. So you start with 4 bars of E. Again, it will take time to get that dampening and the right level of palm muting, so it's not easy at all, this riff. So then A major for 2 bars. Again, I just keep it like that, flattened, that version of A. And then 2 bars of A, and then 2 bars of C sharp minor. 1 bar of A. 1 bar of B. 2 bars of E. Cool. Structure quite simple, but obviously it takes a bit of time. And then basically that's the same for the first verse and the second verse. The third verse, those last 4 bars are repeated 3 times, just like in the album version. So you just those last 4 bars 3 times. And then the only thing we've got to do is the middle 8 section, which is basically 2 bars of A. 1 bar of E, and then 4 bars of C sharp minor. And that's all the parts. So have fun with that. Absolute Bruce classic. Any questions about getting the tabs? Obviously, if you go on the online store, jsmusicschool.co.uk, head into the Bruce store. You can get this file. Any files, all files are made in Guitar Pro, so you can go get it in Guitar Pro format if you have that program, or PDF. It's pretty inexpensive program. And any backing tracks as well, you can get on there, just instant download. If you're a subscriber, get a bit more value for money over there. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Really helps the channel, and also means you won't miss out any new videos. Please like the video if you've liked it. Any comments or suggestions, let me know down below. Please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.